What's good, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are preparing physically, mentally, spiritually for the dark times that are ahead of us, and hope you guys are getting rough. God and stay strong. Got some more important information to share with you guys today. And I wanted to talk about some very, very important things that have recently been coming out. And these two things are actually pretty much breaking news. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about was actually announced, I believe, 2 days ago. But I'm going to get right into it. So, as you guys can see by the title, they now want, as you guys can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about many different topics, but I'm first going to be talking about the first thing that's mentioned in the title. So, as you guys can see, they now want this thing to be mandatory, specifically for the military, but I can't fit all of these different words in the title because there's a limit to how many words you can have in the title on YouTube. But they now want this thing to be mandatory pretty much for the military, right, by September, which is actually in the fall. And it's interesting because I seen another story that talked about how these military troops are actually saying that they're going to end up quitting if it ends up becoming mandatory. And another thing, too, that I'd recently noticed is that they're now pushing this door-to-door thing even more. And I made a video about 2 months ago talking about how they've already been doing this. It's nothing new, but they're now pushing for it even harder now, getting more people to go door-to-door, right, to get people to take this thing and whatnot. You guys already know how I feel about it. I'm not going to get into that for obvious reasons. But, the point of it is just to be ready to stand your ground, because everything that we're seeing already and everything that we've seen last year was just a warm-up, and eventually it's going to come at a point in time where you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision with your life if you're going to accept this thing or if you're not going to accept this thing. So just be ready to stand your ground, because you know exactly where this is going to be going. Especially with what they're talking about now, you know exactly what this is going to be leading up to. And eventually they're going to start telling you that, oh, you're not going to be able to shop at our grocery store if you don't have, your proof of getting this thing, right? And a protest is not going to cut it, folks. Everything that happened last year, I've seen even a lot of protesting with all the stuff that took place last year, and that still didn't stop it. So, that's not going to cut it. There needs to be something more effective than that, But I'm not trying to get too into detail with that, but just be ready to stand your ground, Don't sit here and accept all this nonsense that has been BS since day one. That's the most you can do, resist this crap. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is that Andrew Cuomo actually just declared a state of emergency, I believe yesterday. And I just found out about this today, but he declared the state of emergency over, let's just say it's related to the 2A. And you guys can look it up. You'll see a lot of different articles about it. I even just posted, getting my words mixed up a little bit, on my community page about it. And I posted a link to the article. But you guys already know what the agenda behind all of that is as well, right? It's very obvious, very clear. You can see the bigger picture of that. Pretty much we already know what they're trying to do with all of that, right? And you guys already know as well with all these, everything that dominates the news media is stuff that they want you to see. And everything that dominates the news media, you have to keep in mind, it all ties in with some type of agenda, So, yeah, just be ready to stand your ground. This whole thing with the what is going to start being pushed for even harder, especially with what they're saying now about the Delta thing. And I even seen another story that talked about another variant, right? I think it's called Lambada, right? But this crap never ends, folks. So just be ready to stand your ground, continue to prepare physically, and most importantly, mentally and spiritually. And heed these warnings, because a lot of rude awakenings are coming for the masses. But I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out.